fucking thing falling on me again. Jesus. Alright. Okay. So, that needs to grow a bit. Surely. Where are we going here? How about that? Okay. The problem is my chair. It sinks progressively, so I'll just be kind of like, you know. Okay. Alright, how are we looking? Decent enough, I guess. Alright, should we just get cracking? Yeah, okay. Hello, and welcome to I feel like I'm way too close. I should be further back, but my inclination is to sit further, so maybe, I don't know. Can we zoom out a little bit more? For the sake of, yeah, I guess. Maybe this should be down more. That's a bit better, I think. Okay. Hello, and welcome to a very, very, very special Mail Day video. I always forget which side I put the logo. That little animation thing there was not an animation. It is technically, but it's very rudimentary. I did that in 2012. Yeah, old assets. Speaking of old assets, no, that doesn't actually work as a segue. I don't know why I said that. I'll keep it in for free anyway. This right here is a huge package. I can show you the huge package actually. Whoa. Right. I mean, look at the size of that. You can feel my chair squeaking under the weight of this thing. The added weight of both this package and my hefty gut. It's a lot of weight. I'm surprised my chair's holding up. This is less a package and more a slab. When this arrived, I was like, Jesus Christ, this has a lot of heft behind it. It contains within it a big chunk, as the sender would say, of stuff. So, yeah, this is more like a slab of concrete than it is an actual. It's like a rectangular. It feels like the kind of packaging you'd get if you would buy one of those ridiculous like vinyl special editions. It has the same kind of dimensions as that, really. And interestingly enough, the sender has put my name on it, obviously, and I kind of I had him on a bit. I don't know whether he caught it or not. Maybe he did. And I said, when I gave my address, I said, put down Luke Theodore Ryan. Back in the day, I was part of a wrestling group called the Wild Stallions. My friend went as James S. Preston Rowley, and I went as Luke Theodore Ryan, in the vein of Ted Theodore Logan. But he put Luke T. Ryan, but the U is so joined together it looks like an A possibly. So on the official Canada Post slip, it says Lake T. Ryan. So I say from here on out, Sean should refer to me as Lake and only Lake in the affectionate stylings of David Lynch calling Carl McLaughlin Kale for all those years. But yes, this is a package from a slab from Zaranyzerak, aka Sean, my old buddy, my old pal, who had told me about this package. He told me about this a while ago and said, I really want to send you this stuff before Halloween last year. So it's been a full year, I think, since he decided he was going to send me something. And there was this thing where he was buying a lot of stuff at the time, and there was a lot of duplicates. And he said, oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd already added that in my basket, and so on and so forth. And I thought I'd send it to you because you might like it. And it's all very shrouded in mystery. Now, of course, as soon as I clear the area to make a video, I can see the dust particles in the air, and I can feel it going down my throat. So it'll be a miracle if I make it through this video in one piece. But I want to take my time with this because I've been waiting for this damn thing for a year, which sounds really ungrateful. It isn't, but it's the suspense, it's the mystery, it's the lack of clues, Now on the box here it says what was declared on the custom slip that came from Canada. Sean lives in Canada. 12 movies, it says. Now, I don't know whether that means there's 12 editions in here. I don't know whether that means there's 12 films total across however many Blu-rays are in there. I know they're individually wrapped and gift wrapped, and that there are individual labels on each of them that are supposed to be clues on what might be contained within. So that intrigues me, the 12 movies aspect. But yeah, there's one thing I know that's in there, and if it isn't in there, then that'd be interesting, and that is Dario Argento's Suspiria. Spoilers. And I was like, holy shit, yeah, I'd love to have that, because I saw that film maybe about 10 years ago on like a downloaded copy that wasn't that high quality. And it's a film that's so gorgeous visually that the idea of having it in, proper HD is just something I never got around to buying myself. So I was like, fucking A, 'cause I think Sean got the 4K. And he said that this Blu-ray version that he has no need for now is sourced from the same new restoration. So that alone to me is exciting enough. Like, that's really cool, because I quite like Argento's films, the ones that I've seen. So I'm quite excited about just that. But this is a pretty massive box. He's told me he's stuffed it full of like Halloween candy or chocolate. So I actually have a bag ready to put the excess snacks into. And I didn't even think about this. I just grabbed this because I had it lying around. This actually has a little bit of significance that he will get, and no one else. But I mean, there's not really much of a story there, but it's kind of fitting in a way. And speaking of kind of fitting, I really want to enjoy this. This is going to be a long, you've already seen the running time. I want to really savor this, because again, it's been a year of waiting and just desperately wanting to know what it is. And he dropped little hints here and there, but they were so vague that there's really no telling what the hell's in this thing. All I know is that, if he knows my taste very well. So there's that. B, I know his taste very well. So I'm assuming that they align with either one of those or both at the same time. And C, even if it's stuff that's more his realm and not mine, I want to see it regardless. I think most people have like movie friends. You want to see the stuff that they like that maybe you're not too familiar with, because you kind of want to connect with them on those things. And we've done a few kind of viewings together, online, where we just sit together and go on camera and watch a couple of films together. And it's usually been that kind of cultural exchange thing. Like, so he'll show me this like French kind of, surreal, poetic kind of vampire movie, and I'll show him, the Hong Kong crazy vampire movie, and then we kind of, switch things around. And so we've been having fun with that, and the few times we've been able to do it, a very memorable one that we always stumble on that word, memorable. Although my son seems to have no problem pronouncing it. That we did recently was Threads, followed by Transformers the movie, which was his monstrous creation. So, it's just fun. I like that. So I'm hoping there's some stuff in here that's personal to him. Maybe, I don't know. And I think it's a mix of duplicates that he has, and I think there's a couple of things he specifically got for me. So, yeah, it's quite an overwhelming package in size and heft, as I said. But as I also said, speaking of kind of a little personal touch, and I really want to take my time with this, I have Fireball Coke here in my Blade Runner glass. All this really needs to kind of complete the comfort aesthetic here would be some mood lighting and the Blade Runner Vangelis soundtrack in the background, but I'd get copyright slam for that one. So it's just Coke with some Fireball whiskey, and whenever I crack open that bottle of Fireball whiskey, I'll take a smell. It's Twin Peaks. It's like Douglas fir trees. It's because when I first got into drinking Fireball whiskey, it was when I first watched Twin Peaks, and that's when me and him started to connect more, I guess, because he's a huge Twin Peaks fan, and now so am I. So I'll take a few sips of my Fireball whiskey. And really enjoy this moment. And also Blade Runner is a film we both love, and that he obviously well, not obviously, you may not know, I'm sure most people watching this know who Sean is, but he is so much older than me. I mean, vastly older than me. So he's been a fan of Blade Runner and Twin Peaks a lot longer than I have, but I think the first video I saw of his was the unboxing of the Blade Runner briefcase set, which I actually have right next to me, but it's buried under about 50 different things, so I couldn't just swipe it out. I have two of them actually, for a strange reason that I think I've already gone into another video. So yeah, so there's like a nice connection there, but we're in the present now, and let's get this thing opened. And it's fun because usually, you know, collectors like us, we get Blu-rays in, and it's exciting to order them, and then they come in and we can have a look at them and look at the artwork and stuff and then watch them. And that kind of dopamine has its kind of time and place, and it tends to not last very long, but it's not often you have something where it's a complete surprise, and you know you're in good hands with those surprises, if you know what I mean. So yeah, okay, let's break the seal on this one and take a look inside. Feels very, oh yeah, there's, you've already probably seen it on camera, there's tape all over this thing. Very securely packaged, and I believe his kind of concept here was to use the chocolate as a tasty form of protection on the inside of the box here. Now I don't have a lot of room to kind of show you the contents. We'll see how I can wrangle this. Aha, okay, it seems we have some chips and a lot of chocolate. Alright, here we go. Now look at that, holy shit. Halloween gift wrap, tags, sweets. I should have done the old the thumbnail before I opened it. Shouldn't I? Maybe this could be the thumbnail. I always feel like it'd be such an awkward thing to like show on YouTube, the thumbnail process, but Sean does it all the time when he's streaming his own videos and stuff. But there you go. It's bigger than my fucking head, this box. Insane. Alright. We might get something from that. So I got my chair here to put this down on. And maybe we'll take a little look at the some of the snacks here. So we've got like an Aero, which I'm a big fan of. I don't like the peppermint one though. This is probably the peppermint one. I love the milk chocolate ones. Oh no, this is the milk chocolate one. Nice, I'm gonna have that. Let's start as we mean to go on. This will be a problem with focusing. There you go. Okay. Cadbury's Caramilk. I am not familiar with this one. Get my Gilmore bag out. That'll go in there. We have Smarties, which are the best. Once the Christmas tubes of those come out for like the Christmas kind of, you know, the Christmas run of candy and stuff in the UK. Me and Connie get lots of that. We love Smarties. Oh, Crispy Crunch. Interesting, these are all Cadbury brands as well, because the logos look like off-brand to me, because I'm not familiar with the logo, and I work in a shop, so I know all the logos, but it's actually just different Cadbury stuff. Kit Kat, you cannot go wrong with a Kit Kat. I love some of the variants, like the peanut butter one and the Biscoff ones, but you can't beat the original. Coffee Crisp. I mean, maybe I can go through these at the end, maybe, and kind of have a few more of them, because I'm eager to get to the Blu-rays. I'll start packing the bag up here. More of the sound. There is a lot of chocolate here. Oh, Cadbury Milk Oreo. Interesting. Okay. It's actually not as much as I thought, because again, we have so he's very smartly taped this bag of chips. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm saying candy and chips. Like this is a disgrace. This is Old Dutch ketchup flavored crisps. Now, I hate ketchup. I hate ketchup. But there are these like 20p crisps in the UK that like were tomato flavored, and I really like them. So I'll be intrigued to see what I think of these. But because it's been taped here, I guess to keep it like kind of compact, I thought that it was like a half-eaten bag that he like just folded up. Which obviously is not the case. All right. Man, this bag is feeling hefty itself. Maybe that was the main bulk of the weight, was all of this chocolate, which seems to have kept these fairly well protected. I have to say it's a fairly genius way of keeping the block secure. Oh, what's this one? Thunderbar. No, not Thunderbar. Wonderbar. It's not. I thought it was a Thunderbar. See, like you can kind of see the way the package is folded here. It kind of looked like it said Thunderbar, which I thought was like an awesome name, but no, it's Wonderbar. And it just goes on and on. Well, I guess this is my Halloween viewing sorted. Now I'm going to assume that most of, if not all of these Blu-rays are horror related. It's just kind of his thing, a lot more than it is my thing. Oh, and looks like we have another bag. And a lot more chocolate that just fell on the floor. Oh, this is a different one. Ruffles. Barbecue. Kind of focus there. Ruffles. Very interesting. Oh God, this chocolate falling everywhere. I know why I feel the need to empty the box of chocolate. I guess I didn't, but I've almost finished doing that now, so there's a lot of it. All right, so jeez, this is the bulk of the weight. I think it actually is. This is really heavy now. This is bursting with chocolate. Holy shit. Right, so I don't know if there's any order. I think you said there's no specific order. So what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's 9. Where would the 12 come in then? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Let's just go right from the top. Oh wait, there's a... What's this? See, this looks like it would be a card, but I can feel like it's a disc of some kind. So we'll start with this one. And what does it say? Buzz Buzz. I really have no idea if this is the kind of clues that we're dealing with moving forward. I'm not too confident on my chances of guessing a lot of this stuff. I think I remember him talking about this actually. Wow, yeah, okay. Movie Buzz. Right, so I think this is like something that came with a magazine or something. So this is from 2002. There's interviews, behind the scenes, and trailers on the inside. But I really don't know too much about it. He talked about this like at the time a year ago. I think these are unopened as well. Damn, I wonder if they still play. This one's got a bit of mold on it actually. Or a little bit of damp, maybe. Movie Buzz, loaded with features found nowhere else. Be the first to see what everyone will be buzzing about. Very interesting. Relics of the past. And I think they're magazine ones. Cause there's like, you know, I have lots of memories of like magazines that came with DVDs, or you get them in the newspapers sometimes, or you'd get PlayStation magazines with a DVD full of demos and things like that. So yeah, interesting. Movie Buzz. Now he sent me or 2 voice notes actually, kind of going over the stuff, I guess. And I was thinking maybe I could include it in the video somehow, but I think that would be overkill. So I'm sure he will talk about the Movie Buzz things and kind of recap me on what the story is there. Let's dive into the Blu-rays here. I mean, just the care and attention to this, I think, is awesome. Really quite blown away by the quantity, the quality, and the effort. There be witches in the school. There be witches in the school. See, he's probably referencing stuff that I just have no idea about. But this feels like it might be a Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray, like a standard edition. Let's find out. I know he's been getting into those as of late. It's not. It's a regular one. Aha! Why did I not make that connection? Why did I not make that connection? I mean, yeah, it makes perfect sense now. It's the spirit. Of course it is. Like, witches in the school. Anyway, so this is the Synapse Films release. And, yeah, a 4K restoration. Man, that's absolutely brimming with special features. Uncut, uncensored Italian version. Done by Synapse Films, with color corrections supervised by the director of photography. Seems like a lot of different sound options as well. 2 audio commentaries, a bunch of stuff, video essays, featurettes, all new anniversary retrospective. Very interesting. So, yeah, wow, holy, this is a... Oh wait, this isn't a booklet for the movie. It's the Synapse Films 2018 catalog. I don't think I've ever really seen that. Like a catalog that comes with the Blu-ray. I mean, kind of familiar with that stuff again from like DVD era or VHS era, but yeah. So there's a disc for the special features and a disc for the film itself. Very nice. I'm assuming this is region A locked. And my region free player is slowly failing. But yeah, that's a really nice cover. Very, very evocative of the film itself. So very excited to get this and to be able to see it as it was originally intended. All nicely restored and cleaned up and bursting with beautiful blood red and other colors. Suspiria. Next one here. This feels like a weighty, chunky release. There you go. Let's take a look at the, maybe you can read it before I do. Happy Life Day. Happy Life Day? Oh, I know what this is. That's a good one. That is a really good one. And I know what this is. Yeah, you did tell me about this one. I forgot about that. Yeah, man, that's... My mind is rattling through all the Star Wars stuff. It goes Happy Life. How would I not get that? I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is an interesting one for me, right? Very nice. This is The Mandalorian. Season 1, I believe. The complete first season. So, this is the Steelbook version. The only version they've ever released of it, in fact. Let's crack it open, actually, and take a look at the actual artwork. Got all that glare. So I think that he had this one by mistake because he wanted the 4K version, so this is not the 4K version. And I was so excited when Disney finally pulled their finger out and started putting out physical media releases of their Disney Plus shows. Like The Mandalorian, but also the Marvel stuff as well. Man, this is really nice. Really, really cool. And I love all the shows they've done. I really do. I'm a big fan of the Star Wars Disney Plus shows. Controversially, I think my favorites are probably the Book of Boba Fett and the Acolytes. I think Andor is the best, although I haven't seen the second season. And I do love The Mandalorian. So, yeah, and it's just such a nice, gorgeous... Is it like kind of a... Does that wrap around? Man, that is stunning. So, yeah, this is also a bittersweet one for me. It's really nice to have this in the collection. Obviously, it'd be nice to have the 4K version. But the thing for me is I'm never going to have all of them. Because they're prohibitively expensive. Like, was it like 50 quid a pop? I think they're out of print now mostly. You know, I would have loved to have had like stuff like Loki and WandaVision. This, they didn't release the Book of Boba Fett, which really annoyed me because you kind of need that for the whole Mandalorian story. They probably won't release the Acolyte, so they've done some, but not all. and it's in these like really pricey limited editions. It's just like, just give us like regular, people will buy them. I don't know. Disney just, I guess they don't have the faith in it, but it's nice to have something representing the Mandalorian in my collection in physical form, and also I guess in some way the Disney Plus shows. I don't know. I mean, if there was ever like a cheap way to get them, but I know there's never going to be, so it's just one of those things where it's like a shame, because it'd be great to have like the whole set. At least I think they've done all 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, but yeah, not the biggest fan of the way that they've done that. Even though I really love the steelbook designs, and this is a really nice one, so very cool. Thank you, man. That kind of goes without saying, I guess, and I'll try to stay away from just saying thank you all the time, but obviously it goes without saying. Okay, this is kind of a thicker set, so maybe I'll go in order of the chunkiness, and like even different wrappings, like even different colored wrappings and stuff. Like, damn, it's just incredible. Oh, I love that. I love the headless. Maybe think of the headless horseman, but it's just a headless dude, I guess, with the pumpkin. That's a really nice one. So what is the clue for here? You know what to do. That feels mildly ominous. You know what to do. Man, I want to kind of like figure that out. You know what to do. I don't know. This feels fairly sturdy, almost like a steelbook too as well. I almost want to just try and figure that out. Like, Could be here all night, so. You know what to do. What is this? Really? What the fuck? Why does this feel so like ridiculously like lavish, and it isn't at all? Man. Well, it's a 4-disc set. That's why. So what do we have here? We have the film and Blu-ray in high definition. That's a feature. Audio commentaries, deleted scenes with optional commentary. A second Blu-ray with special features. A DVD with the film in standard definition. Feels like they're kind of shaming people who would watch it in standard definition. And the 4th disc is the digital copy. Simple, fast, portable. Little, yellow, different. You can put the film on your portable media players, like a laptop or a phone, if you want to watch this film on your fucking telephone. You know what to do. X-Men, The Last Stand. Man, this is like I wonder where he got this from. Has this been in his collection the whole time, and he's just like, I always find that weird, that white stripe they have on the top, you have to kind of peel off. Yeah, this is an old school copy, man. This is like, yeah, is this, oh no, 2011, yeah, okay, so, I like this movie. Yeah, I said it, I like this film, I like X-Men, The Last Stand. It's fun. I'm the Juggernaut bitch, and then Magneto with the thing, and he pulls the bridge over and stuff, and, it's good. I liked it. And I'm not even saying that to be a troll. Now, obviously, this is, I mean, if you know your Zaranyzerak lore, you'll understand the significance, or the 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 not so subtle meaning behind this, and the hint, you know what to do. As much as I'd love to snap this in half, I feel like the X-Men movies, every time they put out like a new set or like new steelbooks, I feel like getting them because I'd love to have a nice X-Men collection. But it's always, I feel like it's just scattered. I've got bits and pieces here and there. I got a nice edition of Logan. That's pretty much it. But I'd love to get all of them in like a nice. I used to have like I think it was like the 5-film set or something that had First Class and Days of Future Past, something like that. I like the X-Men films a lot. And I do like this one. It's not as good as the first two, obviously. But for me, I never read the comics, so it wasn't a big disappointment. And I do feel like there was a real emotional resonance between, Wolverine and Jean Grey in this film. But, not perfect. And, seeing Brett Ratner's production diary on the back is certainly feels different now. But it's just interesting how this is like such a thick, like it has a digital copy disc. I remember that. I remember when they first started doing that. 2008 was the first time I had one of those where it was Pineapple Express. I paid £20 for the DVD and it came with a digital copy. It's like, ooh, I can put a disc into my laptop and it will put the movie onto my laptop. And it was like, ah. And it's like, yeah, it's just like you're running the DVD through your laptop. You already have the DVD. Like, it just seemed like such an arbitrary thing, I wonder if it would work now if I slotted it into my Blu-ray drive to kind of, I don't know. Works with iTunes. Yeah, well, that's one thing, isn't it? Anyway, it's been quite a mix so far. All right, this feels like a weighty set. We'll go for a smaller one. This one feels light and inoffensive. This one's made of helium, so it's very light. What is the clue on this one? He is bitey, but is he one? Oh, okay. He is bitey, but is he one? I thought it said, is he one too? But that's just the question mark. I guess with Sean's handwriting, that's how I've now become known as Lake T. Ryan. Let's just look through this one and see what we got. It's a 4K. 4K now. Okay. Interesting. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. All right. George A. Romero's, almost dropped it, Martin. Now I believe there's like a pretty insane story behind this. Wasn't this like a film that was like lost or something? Or it was a fairly big discovery when they had this, something like that. But this is a new second sight 4K restoration, supervised and improved by the director of photography. There's a couple of audio commentaries on there with George A. Romero. There's 2 new audio commentaries on there as well. There's a new feature-length documentary, including a location tour, a new interview with the composer, a short film by Tony Buba, and another featurette, a trailer, TV, and radio spots. I mean, one thing you can say about Second Sight is they will put the effort into like restoring a film, like as it says, a new Second Sight 4K restoration. They'll put the money into that. It's just a shame they don't really bother putting a lot of effort into the extras, Of course, I'm being completely sarcastic there. There's some story about this, which he may go into in the voice note. Maybe I'll just grab my phone and we'll listen to it together. I don't know. But yeah, Martin. I don't know much about this, but I love the Dead movies. I don't really know if I've seen much else of his movies in general, but man, 4K, Second Sight. There's one thing about Second Sight. I feel like the releases are always really expensive, and the limited editions are always really expensive, and then the standard editions are still kind of expensive, and it's just like a simple black case, and I always feel like, But yeah, I don't know. Maybe this would give me the push to just buy a Second Sight 4K release and worry more about the film itself than the fancy packaging. That's very interesting. See it with someone you're sure of. I like that tagline. Very cool. And again, Whiplash. It's like Mandalorian, Suspiria. Well, if we're going in order, it would be Suspiria, Mandalorian, X-Men: The Last Stand, which is just a complete joke gift, and then that. Very interesting. So another thin one. I like this. Got the cats there on the front. I miss my cat Lily dearly. Let's see. Definitely not Dune. Okay. Now, what could that mean? Either it is a Dune. It is a Dune. I don't know much ado about nothing. or that it's a film that's very similar to Dune, which I wouldn't even think of what could possibly be fucking similar to Dune, because it's very, you know, Dune centric. I don't know, Dune. Think about that word, Dune. June, June, Dune, Dune. All right, if I just get a little peek there, I have no fucking idea what that is. Can you work that out from just that little bit there? I certainly can't. If this is what I think it might be, I'd be really excited. No, it's not. It is! It is! Holy shit. Awesome. Awesome. Man, Region A. I'd have to rip it. Still. Man. Perfect. Yeah, I've always wanted to see this. Fascinating. Jodorowsky's Dune. Jodorowsky. Yeah, documentary about the ill-fated film by, I'll just get his full name here on the back, Alejandro Jodorowsky. In 1975, director Alejandro Jodorowsky began work on his most ambitious project yet, starring his own 12-year-old son alongside Orson Welles, Mick Jagger, David Carradine, and Salvador Dali, featuring music by my favorite band Pink Floyd, and art by some of the most provocative talents of the era, including H.R. Giger and Mobius. His adaptation of the classic sci-fi novel Dune was poised to change cinema forever. And this is the story of that, through lots of interviews. I don't know why Nicholas Winding Refn is one of the star interviews in this, but there you go. Yeah, has some deleted scenes, and yeah, I've always wanted to see it. Very intrigued. I'm a big fan of Dune. Actually, I've not read the book, but I've grown to really love the David Lynch film. I know it gets a lot of flack, and I adore the Denis Villeneuve film. I think they're absolutely incredible. So I'd love to see a little bit of what this film could have been like. I mean, my inclination is to want to know more about the Pink Floyd aspects. I'm just such a big fan of Pink Floyd, but I have a feeling that'll be fairly minimal. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a really interesting concept to just bring together such like vivid artists in their own field together in terms of actors, artists to do the designs, music. Like, it's just a very interesting idea, but perhaps it was too interesting, and that's why it was ill-fated. But there you go, Jodorowsky's Dune, and we have talked about that, so that's very, very cool. I should have got that from the hint again, but anyway. Okay, we're getting down to just really meaty sets now, so, I mean, they feel like sets, they might not be. Here's another one. It's kind of double width, so maybe there's just two in one, I don't know. So this hint is more vomit than any human has ever vomited. So much vomit. Well, that sounds appetizing. Let's have a look. See. Oh, it is two. It's 2 in 1. 2 for 1. Maybe that's where the 12 movies ties in. Oh my God! Really? Oh man. Okay. Interesting. This is something I would have bought myself, but I also, I don't know. It was. We'll get into it. Oh my God. That is brilliant. Okay, so I'll need to ask him this, or maybe he says it in the voice note. I do remember now. He told me, I'm gonna get a swig of my my Fireball whiskey here. He told me that there was something he was sending me, and then he found out there was another edition of it, which he also. Wait, let me backtrack. Keep this in. He bought a film, and then he bought it for me also, I think. And then once he got those 2 Blu-rays in, he realized there was a better version of it out there. So he bought that twice again too, and said he was going to send me both of them. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's just ridiculous. And seeing what film it is even more ridiculous. That's just the funniest fucking thing. I'm dying. That's great. So, uh, I guess I should just show you what it is. First and first and foremost, I don't know why this is cracking me up so much. I really don't. First and foremost, we have the Indicator Special Edition release of Guest House Paradiso. Yeah. A film that I watched once in 2008 and have not seen since. In fact, fun fact, the Guest House Paradiso was a small part of the very first Amazon order I ever made in 2008, which was 17 years ago now. So, the movie of Bottom, starring Rick Mayall and Adrian Edmondson. I love the young ones, the kind of radical. Could you even call it a sitcom? I don't know. A piece of TV that came out in the 80s in the UK. Love the young ones. I need to get the Blu-ray set of that actually, but that's another thing. But there was almost a spiritual sequel to that show with these two, and who were also in the young ones, called Bottom, and I've never really seen it. I had an ex-girlfriend who loved Bottom, and she also liked the TV show, and I've never really got into it, but I lent on video from a school friend one of the live shows that they did. They used to do these live kind of, well, two-man shows on stage, in character of, you know, the guys they play in Bottom, and you know, I don't know, it's just different. It really is different. I've watched Bottom a few times. I never really got into it, but I love the stage shows so much. I don't know why, and I'm almost like scared to go back and watch them in case they're just shit now. But I bought the box set, and there's like the big Bottom box set or something like that. It had all the live shows, and I believe the movie, or maybe I got the movie separately. So I kind of went through everything apart from the TV show itself. Anyway, so this is when they announced this Indicator. I was like, really, Guest House Paradiso? And part of me wanted to get it, but part of me was like, I'm not gonna spend money on that. I don't remember it being a great film. But then it's like, yeah, 4K restoration from the original into positive, like a fucking Guest House Paradiso. It's just, oh dear. So this one has a 1999 making of, archival documentary. There's a new interview with Simon Pegg on this, which I found quite interesting, back in 2023. A new interview with the composer of the film, a new interview with the editor of the film, the production designer. There's some outtakes, booklet, and all that kind of stuff. I believe this is out of print now, the limited edition version. Let's just crack it open, take a quick look here. But yeah, it's just a film that I was like, oh, I'd like to buy that, but I don't want to spend money on it either. And it just seemed like, of all films, to get like a 4K ground up restoration, you know, like, it's something the studios were never going to do. Bottom did not Bottom, but yeah, the Bottom movie, so to speak, was not one that I would have ever pegged, A, for a release like this, or B, for gold standard treatment from Indicator. Just take a look inside here. Yeah, that's I think that's more of the, is it the same? Or it's exactly the same. Okay, I guess they differentiate the inside artwork here by not having the Indicator color bar logo at the top. I thought it'd be a different artwork, but it's the same thing, just without it's a cleaner version. These fucking guys. I love Adrian Edmondson, I love Rick Mayall, and I love Bottom. That's a really great shot on the front. This is like a really hefty booklet as well. This is like a really high quality, yeah. Man. Very unexpected, but very, very cool. That popped me big time, because not only has he sent me the Indicator version, he sent the limited edition Vinegar Syndrome version as well, with this very gaudy cover. Guest House Parody. So another bloody customer. You know, like with this like gorgeous like trim, like the kind of the embossed, like just absolute, you know, the Vinegar Syndrome stuff is always just like such high quality, you know. So that just again indicate well, then again, Vinegar Syndrome, they do highly specialize in films that are not deemed of high quality. That's kind of their thing, I think, is taking films that aren't seen as kind of great classics and kind of giving those kinds of treatment. So what's different about this one that I don't really know? Oh, okay, it must be the opposite then. So this has the 4K restoration, brand new interview with Simon Pegg, the making of from 1999, and some outtakes and trailers. So this is the one, I guess, that he initially bought and then realized that Indicator had done the far superior version with like more new interviews with, you know, like in the composer, the editor, and so on. So yeah, but a very cool piece to have in the collection, I have to say. And and these, you know, again, these Vinegar Syndrome things, they are gorgeous. But again, this is quite a grim cover, you know. But man, that's just too funny. I love that. Don't you ever yearn for change? Right, we're getting down to the bottom here, and there's a couple of, again, thicker packages. We've got 3 more to go. So there's this one. Very Halloween. But then I have to say, we've not really been very horror centric, really, overall. So let's take a look at the clue on this one. I want to suck your burrito. Okay. Mexican Dracula? Is that where we're going with this? Let's see. Oh, it's an Indicator one. I can see that from the back. Oh, is this oh, I see. Oh man, holy moly. Jeez. Talk about quality, man, right. Very interesting. Man, that looks really nice. So, we have El Vampiro. 2 blood-sucking tales from Mexico. The Vampire, aka El Vampiro, and The Vampire's Coffin. El Ataúd del Vampiro. I hate mispronouncing stuff. So this is like a really nice set. I don't even know about this one. I've never heard of it. Not that I'm hugely brushed up on everything Indicator does, but I'm usually fairly aware of their releases. And, you know, it looks like a really nice hard box set with some digipacks on the inside. Let's take a look here. Well, I guess I was pretty much right. Not Dracula, but Mexican vampire movie. And I guess it was a pretty obvious hint. But yeah, it's really just a great surprise. It's something I'd never heard of. And I recently edited a video essay for an upcoming Eureka Blu-ray, which is all about kind of gothic horror, or European gothic horror, I should say. And this obviously is not European, but it's got me more interested in just foreign horror and just different types of horror, really, because I had to find a lot of archival material for that, you know, images and stuff mainly. So this is quite interesting. I love that front image there, especially when you take the card off. Man, look at that. It's very Batman-esque, actually. I like the yellow design. Let's take a look on the inside here. Again, Indicator, they just have it down, you know what I mean? Like, this book is just, it's so, I mean, it's gonna be a 100-page book, surely. Yeah, 70. Feels like a 100-page book. Just loaded with stuff, right? Very interesting. And, you know, I like seeing different stuff from different time periods, different countries, different cultures, flavors, all that kind of stuff. I'll try and balance this there. Oh, look at these original posters, just gorgeous. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Very, very cool. I haven't really looked at the what the kind of special features are on this one. I think the kind of the matte finish on this is rubbed off a bit on the back of the digipack there. Yeah, El Vampiro. Very interesting. Let's take a look at the back here. No copy. Much to Sean's delight, there's nothing on there about any spiel about the movies. But there's a 4K restoration, from the original 35mm negative for the Vampire, and a high definition remaster from 2K scans of the Vampire's Coffin, and just loaded with special features here. Yeah, lots of new stuff from 2024, kind of reflecting on the these films, which again I'd never heard of. So very, very cool. And this is limited edition number 4,265 of 8,000. Quite a hefty print run there for this one. Very nice. Well, it's lived up to my expectations of really just stuff I would have never really guessed. God, this is a weighty one here. And I'm pretty much going in order of size at this point, so you see if you can kind of get this before I do. Alright, what does it say? Spaghetti by Candelabra Light. Gothic Italian stuff, maybe? Is this a full box set? It feels like it might be. Yeah. How did Luke Skywalker know what he was going to get for Christmas? He felt his presence. Yeah, brilliant. It is a box set. You can see from the top that it is in fact a box set. Alright. It is an Arrow Video box set. Oh damn, there's like 4 cases in here. Jesus Christ. Okay, well then. Gothic. I can't read the font on that. What is it? Gothic Fantastico. 4 Italian Tales of Terror. Holy moly. Check that out. Let's take this out of the casing, actually. Casing. The plastic wrap. Yeah, I've not heard of this one either. I don't really tend to see what Arrow's doing unless it's something that, again, interests me, so to speak. Because, again, horror is not really my forte. Or something, I don't keep track of, like, horror releases. That's another word I always stumble on, is horror. Yeah, very nice. Interesting. I'm assuming those are characters from each of the 4 films contained within. So we have Lady Morgan's Vengeance, The Blancheville Monster, The Third Eye, and The Witch. And 4 cases on the inside, which is kind of nice. And not a whole lot of special features. There's a couple of video interviews, an audio interview with the director, which is interesting, which is new to this set, and commentaries on all of them as well, and video essays on each disc. So fairly respectable actually in terms of extras and stuff. I wonder if we can get the backing off here. Is there a piece of? It's just a very tasteful continuation of the artwork there on the spine. Very nice. Take this off carefully. Very cool. Now, I know Sean loves his gothic horror, so this is right up his street, and I wonder if he's seen any of them. So we have The Witch. I wonder if is this a Region A version? I might see on the backing card here. Yeah, it is. So I'd have to rip these to watch them. So The Witch. It's a very nice piece of artwork, holy shit. Like that a lot. And then we have The Third Eye. And then we have The Blancheville Monster. Interesting title. And finally, Lady Morgan's Revenge. Pretty striking title. Alright, very interesting, very cool. Good stuff. Oh wow, so that reminds me of like the old Arrow Video cases, or the artwork there with the whites and the color bar. You can see that. So they have reversible art pieces as well, which I'm assuming are original posters, probably. Yeah, yeah, that really reminds me of the old Arrow covers. It's kind of cool. All right. Yeah, very, very interesting. We of course have a booklet as well. Oh, and a poster. Holy shit, I'm not going to fold that out, but that's pretty cool. Another real hefty booklet here. Very nice. That's some imagery in here. Oh, I like that. I like that, the piece of art there, that kind of, the text forms around it. If you can get that in frame there. Very nice. Yeah, definitely something I'd be interested in checking out. And I do feel like Sean has pushed me somewhat into films I wouldn't have ordinarily checked out horror-wise, I suppose. So there you go. Very nice Arrow video box set there. Which brings us to the final Blu-ray in the box. Wow, we've already done it. We've already gone through the whole thing. Felt like it was going to take forever in a good way, but yeah, I mean, all good things must come to an end. So cheers. I'm going to finish this off. And here comes the final one, which feels like it might be the main event. I don't know, but it might be multiple in the same one. We have a Frankenstein's monster head there. And let's check out the clue. This is curiouser and curiouser and curiouser and curiouser and curiouser and curiouser. When I first saw it, I thought it said Cunthouser. I thought that said Cunthouser. I was like, what the fuck, Cunthouser? Curiouser. No idea. I really have no idea. That doesn't mean much to me at all. Well, let's find out, I guess. Yeah. Very intrigued. It is a box set. It is a box set. Well, maybe I can do it where you see it before I do. How about that? I'm not looking. Can't find it. Pull that off with a reveal. Can you do that? Is that the front now? Ah. Holy shit. God damn. That is amazing. That is amazing. I'd forgotten that's what the title of this box set was. Cushing Curiosities. Holy fucking shit. The amount of times I've been close to ponying up the money for this one. Oh my god. Dude. I've wanted this so badly. This is incredible. This is amazing. I'm looking forward to showing this to my mum. Peter Cushing, man. This is a Severin Films box set. I know they've done like, was it like the Euro Crypt of Christopher Lee or something like that? But yeah, man, let's open this up. Let's take a look at this. This is really, this must have been one of the ones that he, if this is really one of the ones he ordered two of, then Jesus Christ, like, man, I even love just the top of this. There's a lot to marvel at this set, I have to say. God damn. That is a beauty. Incredible. Cushing Curiosity. This is a beast as well. There's six films in here, I believe. It's a 6-disc and book set. I'm glad that it says book. I'll talk about that in a second. Really nice. I even love the back here. So this is the spine of all the films. I love just like the classy, just that there with the lamp and the desk. Peter Cushing. I love that. I fucking love that. That's incredible. Peter Cushing is an instantly recognizable screen persona. His name on a cast list is a constant and reassuring guarantee of quality. Let's just read it all out here. I mean, from Hammer films to Star Wars, he remains one of genre films' best-loved actors. Now celebrates 6 of the most unexpected, rarely seen, and decidedly curious performances of the legendary career of Peter Cushing. Cushing delivers a rare villain turn in the 1960. Well, I guess I won't go into all that because or maybe I will if I pull out the this kind of. I like this as well at the top. It's just a very classy pattern. Get my forehead out of focus. Just like that a lot. Let's see how it. Oh, oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah, this is cool. Very, very cool. All right. How can I kind of go about this smartly? Well, let's take this out first. I wanted to talk about this. God damn. So this doesn't have a booklet. I mean, I've been talking about booklets. Oh, this is like a hefty booklet. This is like a 70-page booklet. Peter Cushing, A Portrait in 6 Sketches by Jonathan Rigby. This is a book. I remember reading, I think it's a 300-page book, right? Let's check it out. Is there like a page listing on the back? There isn't. It isn't 300 pages. I lied again. I thought I read it was a 300-page book. Okay, 177. This is probably like 180, 90 pages or something like that. But it's a book. Like it's, it's massive, and it's all written, I believe, by Jonathan Rigby. Man, even just that inside there, look, beautiful. Really, really nice. And the back, there's a nice image as well. Now, I'm going to go on record here and say I believe, and I mean this, I'm not just like, there's no hyperbole here. I believe I'm the world's biggest Peter Cushing fan, who's only seen him in about 4 films. I will stake claim to that. As someone who's only seen him in about 4 movies, I think I'm the biggest fan of his, from having seen so little. I think about it, okay, so like Star Wars, I wouldn't count Rogue One. Dracula, Frankenstein, that's 3. Hound of the Baskervilles. There's one film my mum showed me, an old Hammer. Well, it wasn't really an old Hammer. It's old, but I mean, as far as the Hammer cycle of horror films is a bit later on, like the 70s maybe. And he's in he's investigating a mental hospital or something. I don't really remember. I couldn't really tell you much else. But he has a quality, and he brings a quality to his films that I don't know. I remember watching, I think it was Dracula with Connie, or was it maybe Frankenstein? I can't remember. But it was one of those, and it was kind of a hard sell for Connie. But she was really drawn in by how natural his performance was. And I think it's a scene where he's giving someone an injection, and he just seems like he knows what he's doing. And so you have a film that may be silly, or maybe you're not really taking it too seriously, and you just have a guy in there who is just such a believable element of the film. And when he's playing like a main character as well, he sells it. There's just something about him that I've always loved and been drawn to. So I don't know. Yeah, there's something about Peter Cushing. So yeah, Jonathan Rigby, I've heard him on a few commentaries of like old horror movies and stuff. And I really love the way he speaks about old horror movies. So I'm really intrigued to see all this stuff. I mean, this seems like it's really just a huge retrospective on his life. I'm just flicking through all the images. This is incredible. This is incredible. This is just an amazing piece on its own. I wish it was a hardback book, to be honest. But that's splitting hairs. Just brilliant. Fantastic. I'm going to put this down and take a look here. Now, there's one thing I was quite excited about. This is a weird cover. Never before available on disc in North America, the first and only film in which Peter Cushing portrayed a vampire. And it's also the most unapologetically bizarre movie of his career. Interesting. 2K restoration. Scanned from the original negative. Order comes through Jonathan Rigby. Awesome. And Kevin Lyons, who I think is... I've heard that pairing before as well. an interview with the director. And yeah, so I mean, this, I didn't even show you what it was. It is Tender Dracula. I mean, take a look at that cover with this. What the fuck? Oh man, I like the black cases as well. It's a nice touch. Just the disc on the inside. So yeah, Tender Dracula from the 1974. Next one here is Bloodsuckers. So I don't know where these films come from, like what film studio. Interesting, this one is Region A and this one's Region 3. So I guess it's still to do with the rights and everything. Another audio commentary by Jonathan Rigby and Kevin Lyons. A short film by I guess the director of this movie. Surely you'd have the director list on the back. It has like the guest star, the executive producer, the DP, the composer, but not the director, I guess. Maybe it says on the spiel. The world premiere of the restored extended version, even though it's 83 minutes from 1971. There's quite a few extras on this one, holy shit. 2K from the original negative from a recently discovered 35mm print, including the uncut psychedelic orgy sequence for the first time. Interesting, yeah. Directed by Robert Hartford Davis, it includes one of his short films from 1961. I do love a good old short film inclusion. And we have from... Oh, is this 2 movies? No? Or... Yeah, I think it is, right? Yeah, okay, this is 2 films in this one. Audio commentary with Kim Newman and Barry Forshaw, and then another with Jonathan Rigby and Kevin Lyons. So we have 2 films here. We have Suspect and The Man Who Finally Died from 1960 and 1962 respectively. So it's not just 70s stuff, it kind of goes back to the 60s as well, or I guess kind of starts in the 60s. I don't know if there's an order inherent to these. North American Blu-ray premieres of these, and this is a Region A locked one. So yeah. And 2K restorations from both films by Studio Canal. Well, this is an interesting cover. The Cone of Silence, not the Cone of Shame that many of our pets have often had to wear. From 1960. Another North American Blu-ray premiere, plus 3 hours of Cushing Curios. It's a Region 3 one. It's an interesting, quite a striking cover out there. Interview with, I suppose, one of the actors from the film. Newsreel of Peter Cushing and his miniature soldiers. Illustrated audio interviews. This is probably where the hours worth of stuff is. That's great. I love that. I love that. On the recent Eureka release of the Laurel and Hardy, I'll leave that in for free, silent films from 1927, there's an hour-long interview audio with Stan Laurel, and it's amazing. Hearing him talk about like touring America with Chaplin in like the 1910s and stuff, just amazing stuff. So, like, you know, a few hours of audio interviews with Peter Cushing, and obviously they have illustrated, they probably just have images on screen. I'd likely just rip those and listen to them as MP3s, but yeah, 1973 interview with Peter Cushing, about his late wife as well, and yeah, all sorts of interviews with the man himself. That's awesome. I love that that's included. And this one is super interesting. I don't know if this is in high def. Let's see. No, it's not. So it's restored from BBC Tape Protection Masters. It's likely be like standard definition stuff. Audio commentaries on all episodes, you know. All episodes available with the BBC countdown clock. Another illustrated audio interview and missing clips from episodes with optional commentary. So this is all the surviving episodes from the 1968 series Sherlock Holmes, starring Peter Cushing. I love him as Sherlock Holmes in Hound of the Baskervilles. And I don't know how many episodes are in here. It just says the only surviving episodes on Blu-ray for the first time ever. 6 surviving episodes, including the 2-part The Hound of the Baskervilles. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. It includes the classic cases A Study in Scarlet, The Blue Carbuncle, The Boscombe Valley Mystery, and The Sign of 4. Interesting, it's a BBC licensed thing, and it's Region A locked. So Ah, 2 discs as well. Perfect. They made the right decision and split it between 2 discs. I have no idea what the kind of visuals look like for these, but there you go. That is that is the package to end all packages. Holy shit! I like that as well. You have kind of the images of Peter Cushing there. Kind of see if we can get some focus on that. Just the faces. That's really cool. I like that. I like it a lot. I just love the box set. The whole presentation. You know, the book that comes with it. Like, you kidding me? This is just absolutely top tier stuff. Really is a golden age of, like, you know, physical media and stuff. And yeah, very, very cool. All right, so slide this back on here. And just marvel at the artwork again. Yeah, 200-page book. I thought it was 300, but still, it's not insignificant, you know. So there we go. That's the thing there. And maybe because I think I think he sent me 2 voice notes. One about the snacks and one about the movies, and the one about the snacks is like the same length. But maybe I'll go grab that, and we'll listen to it together. All right, I think the best way to try and do this is for me to listen to it, and I'll put the audio over it, and he'll do the talking, I guess, and maybe I'll get everything together so I can kind of give you a visual accompaniment. I don't know. We'll see what happens, and I might try some of the snacks. Let's see.
Greetings, Luke.
Jesus Christ.
And happy Halloween. Yes.
Indeed.
I have not sent the package at the time of this recording because, well, I will be probably including this voice message in with it in some capacity. Maybe a USB stick or something.
He didn't do that.
Anyway, if all goes according to plan, if you are hearing this, that means you finally have the long-awaited package of Doom in your hands.
Well, it's not my hands anymore, but...
So, obviously, I'm being interrupted the second I sit down. Hold on. And we're back. Always the way, innit? I was literally 42 seconds into recording after doing basically nothing all day. The second I sit down, that's when she comes home. Rose went to a local Renaissance fair today with her stepsister.
Okay.
And they had quite a lovely time. She wanted to show me some of the stuff they got. So I have your stack O packages in front of me here. I'm just going to pull them out of the box. They're not in the box I'm sending you. The box that they're currently in is too small, but it's enough space at least for the... stay away from the boxes, please. Just
Cat's interrupting.
Don't obey your natural compulsion to play in boxes. Anyway, obviously listen to this after you've opened everything. Now, I haven't numbered everything, as you probably...
Yeah, when I sent him a package recently that was way lighter than this one, and I sent him a voice note to listen to before he opened it, and I was like, just make sure you listen to it before you open it, and as you're opening it, kind of thing. And so he filmed himself opening it. He's like, well, I guess I'll listen to that voice note now, and I'm like, yeah, it just doesn't. So I almost like was tempted to listen to this beforehand, but I guess it's probably better for me to just have it playing, because if I react to it, I'm not going to bother editing in the actual full file itself.
Probably noticed. So you can open them whatever order you want. I don't care. Just, you want to open the big ones first, open the big ones first. Want to work your way up to it with the small ones, work your way up to it with the small ones. It doesn't really matter. There's no, specific order. So I'm just going to go in the stack that I have here. So, Buzz. Are you ready? Don't listen any further if you haven't opened the packages. Come back to this after. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through them in just whatever order I have them in front of me here. So, Buzz. So this was a pair of DVD magazines that I got a while back. They were originally giveaways from the movie theater from around 2003, I think. So, all
2002.
kinds of, just trailers and little behind-the-scenes featurettes and stuff like that. just an interesting curiosity. I hope they still play. I hope they haven't rotted from being exposed to too much popcorn grease. But anyway, having worked in the theater, a lot of people would just kind of chuck them away, like just throw them away. So I grabbed a handful of them for myself.
Oh.
And to have as giveaways and, you know, maybe sell on eBay and stuff like that. But I think I sold a few on eBay, but for the most part, just give them away. So enjoy that. Just a little piece of movie history that I thought you would like. Then we have Definitely Not Dune, which is, of course, Jodorowsky's Dune. That was, if you're curious, that was the one where I actually went back through our chats, because I knew we had discussed that one at some point, but I couldn't remember if you had seen it. So, in a voice note around that era, that time period, you said that you hadn't seen it, you'd heard about it, that you didn't own it, but, you know, don't bother about it. You don't have to send it to me. Whatever. I was fully intended to send it to you. So, anyway, enjoy that whenever you get around to watching it. See, I got to remember what my hints are. I'm looking at these hints like, what is this one again? But no, I remember this one. So this is, he is bitey, but is he one? This is, of course, the wonderful 4K edition from Second Sight, I believe, that just came out of George Romero's Martin. Kind of a big deal because Martin has not been available in high definition, I think, ever before this Second Sight release. I have two previous DVD editions of it. One of them is the really rare white box edition from Arrow, back when they had that sort of as their style.
Yeah, I remember.
I have a bunch of their old white box releases.
I do too.
Neat little collector's items. But so I've been wanting to see the movie again for a long time, but I, you know, caught wind of this high def edition coming out and obviously wanted to wait for that. I also heard they found apparently a longer cut, like a roadshow cut or something of the movie around the time that Second Sight was preparing this 4K. So the hope was it was going to be included. But alas, it has not been.
That's what I was thinking of.
It has not had any kind of a release whatsoever. So I don't know what kind of condition it was in, but I'm hoping that we get some kind of release of that at some point.
Fair enough.
Alrighty. Anyway, it's a great sort of different kind of vampire movie. I always really like. It's very urban. Very much takes place in just, you know, the real world, and it's basically the story of a young man who may or may not be a vampire. You have to watch the movie and find out and come to your own conclusions. It's a really good movie, though. Definitely worth checking out. I think you'll enjoy it. And speaking of vampires, I want to suck your burrito. Yeah. Such a terrible joke. But
I got the gist.
Mexican vampire films, 2 Mexican vampire films that I accidentally bought twice. You're going to hear that a lot throughout this. Yeah.
I was aware of that.
I found out there was a big box set edition, so I got that instead and thought, well, I'll just give away the other one. It's still got all the same disc-based contents. So, yeah, anyway, this I just thought it looked like a cool collection of obscure vampire films from Mexico. As you know, I've been going very, very gangbusters, getting a lot of Italian, Spanish, and Mexican, and any really, and Japanese as well, Gothic horror. Just any and all Gothic horror I can get my hands on. And there's been some really terrific collections that all the boutique labels have been they've all been putting out different stuff. So I got a bunch from Severin, like the Danza Macabre series. The 4th volume is coming out shortly, or maybe out by the time you're hearing this. It's the first one to get a 4K edition. Pretty cool. And this duology of Mexican vampire films is, of course, from Indicator, and it is the limited edition in the box set with the 2 little digipacks in the book. So very nice. Enjoy that.
I will.
Next up, we have... I'm sure you knew what this was as soon as you read the hint. Happy Life Day. Yes, this, of course, is Season 1 of The Mandalorian, the limited edition Blu-ray Steelbook. Because I was sent it in error. I ordered the 4K edition, and I did not order the Blu-ray edition. So I sent you the lesser edition, because I'm sure that you'll be happy to have that, because I fully expected you probably would otherwise have no edition at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those are quite prohibitively expensive.
Prohibitively expensive. They're prohibitively expensive. Like, was it like 50 quid a pop?
Why don't I send this to Luke? I mean, of all the people I know...
Yeah. No, it's nice to have it. It is nice to have it.
You would be the one to most appreciate that one.
Yeah.
And enjoy having it. So, there you
sure.
go. Enjoy. Then we have There Be Witches in the School. Well, you got to know what this one is.
I didn't get it.
Well, it's Synapse Films' outstanding restoration of Suspiria. Yes, once again, the Blu-ray edition, because I wanted to upgrade to the 4K. So, yeah, so you're getting some duplicates and some hand-me-downs here, but I think it's all good stuff that you're going to enjoy. But, yeah, I mean, if anything deserved, like, the deluxe remastering and, transferred properly treatment, is definitely Suspiria. Just the most incredible use of color, I think, in any horror movie ever. Thank you, Vittorio Storaro.
Bold words.
The fuck is this one? Spaghetti by Candelabra Light. See, I don't remember what happened with this. This is a which one is this? Hold on, I know what it is. I can't remember what it's called. That's what it was. Gothic Fantastico. I knew it was a collection of Italian Gothic horror, but I couldn't remember what the collection was called, like what the title of the collection was. Again, it's another one I accidentally bought 2 of. And the funny is, the second one I bought was months later. And I was like, Arrow put out a Gothic, an Italian Gothic collection. I should get that, not realizing that I already had. Anyway, the duplicate is yours. Enjoy. I know you do enjoy some Gothic horror as well.
Yeah.
Next up, we
not as much as Sean, but I certainly appreciate it.
have You Know What to Do. This is, of course, X-Men: The Last Stand, the worst X-Men movie ever made. The beginning of the down.
I think this is better than Dark Phoenix. I think it's better than... Well, is it better than X-Men Origins Wolverine? Nah, it's not. But I think Dark Phoenix is my least favorite.
Downfall of the X-Men that was, really only lasted a couple movies. But, as for You Know What to Do, I just want to make it clear, I got this in the dollar store for $1. So, what I would like you to do is destroy it violently on camera, as viciously and brutally as you possibly can. Do my heart proud. All right, next up. Why is it another one? Oh, I'm sending one of these to someone else as well. It also said You Know What to Do, and I'm like, well, I don't need you to destroy 2 of them. Yes, this one.
I like to think like Sean just has a huge collection of X-Men: The Last Stand on Blu-ray, just to send to people to destroy.
It's actually a pretty, serendipitous pull, because I just happened to get the limited editions of both versions of this. We have more vomit than any human has ever vomited.
Yeah.
So much vomit.
You've seen it. Guest House Parodies. It's under a big stack now.
2 completely different editions of Guest House Paradiso, the sort of bottom movie.
Right.
But, classic Rick Mayall, Adrian Edmondson, doing the Faulty Towers thing, bottom style. So at the same time, Vinegar Syndrome and Indicator both put out editions of this, and I got both of them for myself and decided to get both of them for you as well. So this was a very intentional duplicate purchase. Because I know we've talked about the
I knew that of the intention of it. I just had no fucking idea what the movie was.
live shows in particular have bought them quite a bit, and I know
Ding,
that
ding, ding.
you're a fan of that wonderful comedy duo and their work, and I thought you would enjoy having those editions. So it is, as I said, the limited editions of both. The Indicator one's a bit of a good lucky find because that limited edition disappeared pretty quick. There is a standard edition out now, but this is the limited one that includes the booklet. It did not have a hard box or anything. It's just one of their regular limited editions with the sort of Criterion style cover.
Oh, I was aware of that.
And then, of course, we had the Vinegar Syndrome version, which has basically the same keep case cover, just the movie poster of, what is it? Rick using the gardening fork thing up Adrian's nose. They both use the same poster. But it has the limited edition spot gloss slipcover, which is just ensconced in glorious green vomit. So I gather there's quite an impressive vomit scene in this film because they
you haven't seen it?
Talk about it a lot, like in the comic.
All right.
So anyway, last but most certainly not least.
Well, yeah.
Curiouser and curiouser and curiouser and curiouser and curiouser and curiouser. Why 6 Curiousers? Well, it's very simple. This, of course, is the Peter Cushing, or the Cushing Curiosities collection from Severin Films.
Amazing.
And boy, was that ever a serendipitous, erroneous double purchase. Because since getting that and deciding to put it into your package, I have lost count of how many times you've told me you are a massive Peter Cushing fan. So, good.
Though always with the asterisk that I've barely seen, like a handful of his films. He just has that impression. I don't know. So I'm looking forward to now seeing more of his stuff, But yeah.
Then I'm sure you will enjoy that set, because there's quite a lot of stuff. As do I, 6 Curiousers, because there's 6 titles in there. Well, 6 main titles. I'm sure there's a ton of supplemental stuff as well.
Yeah.
But in typical fashion for Severin Films, an absolutely ridiculously deluxe edition that I'm sure would take you a month just to go through the contents of. But enjoy.
Oh, I will.
As I'm sure I don't need to say. I think you will enjoy that immensely. I've got a bunch of Severin's box sets over the past few years, and
I don't think I have any of their releases.
They never disappoint. They are fantastic. Beautiful transfers, meaty extras, and just terrific. Terrific stuff. So enjoy. And as for everything else, I have not picked up the treats that I will be including just yet, but I do have some ideas. I know you like chocolate bars, and well, all the Halloween stuff just came out, so I think instead of using packing peanuts to pad
it worked
package,
well. It worked fairly well. So
mini chocolate bars. Just get a box of ones that either I know you like or I think you'll like, and go from there. So enjoy eating just an absolute ocean of crap while you enjoy all of these movies. So I'll be sure to pick some good ones for you, satisfy that sweet tooth, and I'll send you a bag of chips as well, because I gotta send the legendary ketchup chips, which you may or may not like. If you don't like them, that's fine. That's okay. Maybe Connie will like them. Maybe the kids will like them.
Possibly.
I don't think potato chips, but
they don't.
I'm sure somebody out of the 4 people in your household will like the chips. Hopefully you. But if not, that's okay. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel that you are obligated to like them just because I do. It'll just crush my soul, that's all. Irrevocably and irreparably. Forever.
I know. I'm aware. I'm aware of the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, and I guess that's basically it. Wow. I felt like there was a lot more stuff than that. It feels like there wasn't that much. And
I felt like this was a 30-minute voice note, so I'm kind of glad that it isn't, for the sake of not making this video. Wow, it's already an hour and a half. Fuck it. It doesn't really matter, does it?
I know. Anyway, we went a little mad, but hope you enjoyed. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for listening, and thanks for package opening, and sayonara.
Yeah. So he then sent me another one that was about the snacks. Let me just see like how long that one is, right?
Okay. By the munchies, right? Cadbury family of chocolates. Chocolates.
Okay. What the fuck?
Oh my god. I just went into typical voice note from me mode and forgot, like, oh yeah, this is for the package.
I don't even know what the context is.
Just start yapping
Which
away,
makes it funnier.
ranting about the world.
Oh, okay, yeah. So this is the one that's like 32 minutes. So I think he told me he was high when he did this one. So this is when he's talking about all the snacks. We don't need to go into that. I'll enjoy that on my own time. I love that out of context breakdown though. Yeah, that does tend to happen. So, all right, let's bring this one home. I will try the ketchup chips, seeing as he put so much emphasis on the ketchup chips. Which again, I am aware of the ketchup chips. Right. I want to try that. Maybe we can try some of the ones that I don't know, like this. There's crispy coffee. There was the Thunder Bar. Caramel. Wonder Bar. Oreo. I believe that's all the ones I'm not familiar with. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. I think. Maybe, I don't know. So, caramel. I've already shown this at the beginning. I wonder if this is just the same as Dairy Milk Caramel. It looks like it is. I think it's exactly the same as Dairy Milk Caramel, actually. Which I do like, but don't really get that often. Yeah. Called Caramel. Interesting. Here it's just Dairy Milk Caramel. Exact same thing. Oh, Nestle. Crispy coffee. See, I could be missing out on all the lore behind this specific. They're not listening to the voice note first. So it looks like it might be similar to like oh god, what are like the Tunnux? Smells like it even. Oh wait, no, because it has the coffee flavor, and it's obviously going to be different to that. Like a wafer. Yeah. Holy shit! It was like 7 layers of wafer in this. It's like so dense with wafer. Oh. Oh, interesting with the coffee twist to it. I've only just been drinking iced coffee for the past few years, really, but good. And the Thunder Bar. Now that just looks like a big fudge, like the old fudge bars. Let's see. What on earth? Oh, it reminds me of them. What are they called? What the hell is this? It's like the guano bars or something. Or something. I don't know. Oh, what is that? That's peanut butter. That's what it is. God. Weird. It's like a. I can't even describe it. It's like a mix of so many different other chocolates in terms of the texture and the consistency. Yeah, peanut. May contain tree nuts. Oh, it's interesting. Let's take a look at these then. Royal Dutch. Our ketchup chip is award-winning. Old Dutch won Eat North's Canadian Best Ketchup Chip because of its outstanding flavor and crunch. We proudly accept this award on behalf of our great customers. Really? Is that how you do expiry dates on crisps in Canada? The 2025 NO04. What, the 4th of November? Oh, God, is the dust or the thunder bar killing me? Interesting. Oh, they look like the kind of crisps that have a lot of flavor on them. I don't know what to think. The first one I hated because it made me think of ketchup. The second one I thought, just think tomato. And I kind of liked it. The third one was a mix of the two feelings. But the flavoring, holy moly. I hate it when crisps, they just don't have that punch. This certainly has it, but do I like it or not? Go to the lick test, haven't you? I don't know. I could eat it. I think I could eat it, but... Oh, it's nice, like tangy tomato flavor. If it said tangy tomato flavor, I think psychologically I'd like it a lot more. When it's like ketchup with a big bowl of ketchup, it's like, you know. I mean, I can't fault the amount of spice on it. I love that. A lot of UK crisps are fairly light in that regard. Oh, they're okay. I don't love them, but I'll for sure eat them. The aftertaste is alright. Yeah, anyway. An interesting experience. I certainly don't feel compelled to force myself to like them, but I don't know, I feel like that might grow on me a little bit. Anyway, that was a pretty incredible package. How many movies did we actually have? So we got one with X-Men. Was it 6 in the Cushing set? So that's 7. 8, 9 there. 10, counting Guest House Parodies, was obviously one film. 14 with this. 15 with Suspiria. 16, 17 films. Holy moly. Amazing package. What a variety of stuff. I would say carefully curated, but it seemed like it was accidentally created for the most part. But hugely appreciated. Obviously, thank you so much. What an amazing presentation, more than anything. I think just really cool. I love doing that. I've had a shit couple of weeks. This has lifted my spirits somewhat. It was nice being at work all day, looking forward to getting to open this and stuff. So, yeah, amazing. And this stuff I know I'm going to love. This stuff I'm intrigued to see if I'll like it or not. And it runs the gamut, quite a lot of different things that we're both interested in, and some really great kind of deluxe sets as well. So thank you again. I've said it privately enough. I'm no problem saying it publicly. I love you, and I'm grateful for your friendship. You're one of the best friends I've ever had. Maybe the best. I sound like Trump now. Maybe the best. A lot of people say is the best. You know, a lot of people are telling me that. But I mean, this has no bearing on that really. This is very nice, obviously, but yeah, just the last year or so of us. I guess I should set that up. We send voice notes back and forth a fair bit. It goes up and down, but you know, on a real like obsessive streak, we'll be sending each other like 20-minute voice notes back and forth all day, which is like mental, and not normal behavior. And I think that's where we bonded, because we're not normal. And where we diverge from most people, we diverge into similar areas, I think. And so, yeah, thanks a lot, man. This is awesome. I would destroy the the X-Men 3 Blu-ray, but maybe another time and another place and another setting, because I really need to go to bed. And I did briefly have almost orgasmic visions of recreating an angry video game nerd sketch with a hammer and the. But I think even the samurai sword, we have a sword somewhere. Could have used that, but yeah, maybe I'll hold on to that for maybe a marathon video or something. We'll see. But that is it. Thank you for watching, anyone who has and is stuck with this long. I probably should put a warning saying, like, okay, that there's no more openings of Blu-rays after this point, about 40 minutes ago, but there you go. I'll have one more chocolate to end this thing off with. I'll just go with the Oreo one. Oreo. Amazing joke in Wreck-It Ralph. Interesting. We do have a lot in work of like Oreo stuff. There's always a lot of. Oh, I'm on, like, my battery is on red. That's a good sign to wrap this up. Oh, it's like a. Oh, I got like the Oreo cookie inside and with the cream. I'm not a huge Oreo fan, but I think that's kind of a unique thing. Yeah, interesting. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you again, Sean. This is amazing. I think you knew I'd appreciate all of this stuff. So, very cool. Thank you. Happy Halloween. I'll have a happy Halloween. I'll watch some of the stuff over Halloween. I may make videos about them. I may not, but I'll at least be sure to tell Sean all about it. And, yeah. What more is there to say, really? I don't know. I really don't know. For someone who's just talked for an hour and 45 minutes, I now find myself speechless. I'm going to go eat some more ketchup chips, I think.